Welcome to Food All You Never Wanted to Know. Get a load of this, folks. Yeah, I got going finally on these 2 boxes of zucchini that we got at the auction. It would have been nicer if we'd gotten it from our garden, but that didn't happen. So anyway, this is one of my favorite ways to store zucchini, is shredded. And this is what it looks like after you've dehydrated it on the dehydrator trays. Look at this, it's so light. It's light and it's crispy. Can you hear that crispiness? Okay, very light and crispy. And you simply put it in a jar. Sometimes I put one of those dry packs that come in vitamin bottles. Anyway, and that'll keep for a really long time. I think probably a year should be the limit, because I've noticed after about a year they start to get a little bit funny. Now, this is this one, I just simply cut them in slices. And this is a tray that I just pulled out of the dehydrator. I cut them in slices like this, and before putting it on the dehydrator, you cut it in quarters. Now these look really small, but they weren't small when they started. And so these are what the quarters look like after drying them in the dehydrator. And again, they are very hard and crispy too. I don't know if you could hear that. Very crispy. They will break or shatter. All right, and they keep very well in a jar, and you simply rehydrate them and cook them, put them in soup, do whatever you'd like with zucchini. I'll tell you, when you have a ton of zucchini, this is a good way to use it up. One really quick thought. The other day I shredded some zucchini and I was dehydrating it, and I had just a little bit extra, maybe a half a cup. And I said, I wonder what would happen if I just simply sauteed it in butter and added some garlic powder. Oh my goodness, it was delicious. It was so good. Oh my goodness. You wouldn't believe how good that was. I said, this is a new side dish. All my years, I have not tried that. So shredded zucchini, it only took a few minutes to cook, saute it, and we just did a taste test, but oh boy, it was good. It was worth doing. So when you have too much zucchini, there's something else you can do with it. Now I did also freeze some of the zucchini that was shredded. I don't like frozen zucchini cut. It's mushy, it's nasty. But shredded, it's okay. You need to get all the air that you possibly can out of it when you're doing that. Be sure to label, all right? Say what it is, when you dried it. And this is going to be an experiment. These I simply sliced. Very interesting, huh? Hear that? So that is a dried zucchini slice. I tried for the first time zucchini lasagna. I didn't especially love it, but it is something to have when you want to have something a little bit different. It's very light. That's another benefit with dehydrating versus canning, because when you dehydrate, you make it not only lighter, but you make it smaller. I can't tell you how many zucchini went in this jar. You can put a ton in a small space. You need to remember when you rehydrate it that you don't say, hey, this looks like about enough for 2 people. No, this is probably enough for 6, 8, 10 people. I don't know. It depends. So this is something that you can be doing with all that extra zucchini. And I also have tried it with eggplant. This is cut up eggplant. This is some sliced eggplant, and for the eggplant, you do need to steam it first. Oh, I almost forgot. The zucchini that's cut, yes, you do steam it. I steam it for 4 minutes and then cool it in cold water. I don't bother with ice anymore just because it was using way too much ice. And I can't, it just was getting silly. So do that with that, but the shredded zucchini, all you have to do is shred it and store it. You don't have to do any of the steaming. So this is food. All you never wanted to know. Take care.